Hello, wonderful viewers, wherever you are watching us. This is GMEB TV. As you can see, we are currently at the Bakadaji Hotel to cover the opening ceremony of the external validation of police boot. Therefore, stay tuned with us to bring out whatever is to be discussed inside. Thank you.
Represented in three African countries, Gambia, Cote d'Ivoire, and Kenya, with one regional component at the African Union Commission and others. Here in the Gambia, the European Union is co-funding the joint EU support to the Gambia Police Force. The objective is to strengthen the capacities of police services to serve and protect the citizens by democratic policing principles. The revision of the police bill is making sure the police is providing a citizen-oriented, approachable police service determined to work together with the community for a safer Gambia. This is an important step towards an inclusive Gambian society that protects the most vulnerable and provides equal rights to all its members. It is impressive to see engaged civil society organizations in the room today. It is your crucial role in society to complement or challenge state policy and initiate change. Please make your voices heard in the next stage. And with this in mind, I wish you successful deliberation.
Representative of the National Security Advisor, who is no other person but our former boss, the former Inspector General of Police, Mr. London Kinte. Permanent secretaries here present, the representative of the State Intelligence Services, the representative of Gambia Education Department, the Drug Law Enforcement, Fire and Rescue Services, regional governors, shareholders, members of the civil society, the country component manager, Police Program Officer, Joint EU German support to the Gambia Police Force, Dr. Mariam Pop, ably represented by Madam Teresa, Senior Police Coordinator, German Police Support Team to the Gambia, Madam Sarah Bahadi, the United Nations Country Team, DICA, I've seen my brother here, David, representing Mr. Kenaiwe, members of the Fourth Estate, that's the press and digital media, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. I am deeply honored to welcome you all to this most auspicious occasion today to validate the Gambia Police Force Bill 2024. Today is a historic day in the annals of policing in the Gambia. For close to 170 years, since the creation of the River Police in 1855 by the British colonial administration, the police force has been governed mainly by legislation promulgated by the colonial power, that's Great Britain. The current Police Act was enacted in 1949, 16 years before the Gambia gained independence from the British government in 1965. The current act has been amended several times between 1949 and 1986 to cater for the challenges in policing demand of the people. 1986 to date is a lifetime. A great deal has changed in the intervening period in terms of the nature of crime and technological advances. Crimes like cyberbullying, identity theft, internet fraud, and distributed denial of services were unheard for 30 years ago. With the advancement of technology, such crimes are commonplace today. Transnational organized crime, like human trafficking, cyber terrorism, smuggling of strategic mineral resources, are prevalent in the world today due to the sophisticated satellite communication system available to tech-savvy criminals. These criminals can orchestrate their highly complex operations across national borders through the encrypted dark web using Bitcoin payment system that enable them to bypass national law enforcement detection. With our obsolete Police Act of 1949, The Gambia Police Force has a Herculean task to effectively police our beloved country in the 21st century. The need to repeal the current act is long overdue. We are pleased to have started this journey in 2019 with funding from the United Nations Peace Building Fund, (PBF). The draft bill was prepared by a Zimbabwean consultant named Kraut Chirenge. The drafting team bequeathed a good bill to the Gambia Police Force leadership, but the bill could not proceed to enactment due to some reservations with some of the provisions. Consequently, it was shelved until our German friends offered to fund the revision and subsequent validation of the bill. We couldn't have come this far today without the magnanimous support of the Police Program Africa joint EU-German support to the Gambia Police Force. At this juncture, may I respectfully ask you to give Dr. Mariam Pop and her amazing team a round of applause, please. Dr. Pop's project contracted an illustrious son of the Gambia, Honorable Yankuba J.N. Sonko, to lead the repeal of the Police Act. We could not have chosen a better candidate for this job. Honorable Sonko is a seasoned career police officer who rose through the ranks to become Inspector General of Police and later the Honorable Minister for Interior. So thank you very much. He is also a barrister and solicitor of the Supreme Court of the Gambia. I can say without an iota of doubt that he brought a wealth of experience to this assignment, which is clearly manifested in the current content of the draft bill. Honorable Sonko worked diligently and indefatigably in redrafting this bill. He teamed up with members of the Gambia Police Force Technical Working Group to review and produce this landmark piece of legislation. The bill is divided into 17 parts, comprising 155 sections and 12 schedules. The process was quite consultative and inclusive to ensure the needs and aspirations of a cross-section of Gambians were captured. In May 2024, the consultant and TWG members consulted with the civil society, public officials, the press, and private citizens at the Ministry of Interior Conference Room. Again, from the 6th to the 9th August 2024, the consultant, TW members, and a cross-section of police officers did the internal validation of the bill at Nana Conference Center. The key highlights of the draft bill that I believe will be of interest to Gambians include the following parts. Part 2. Establishment, constitution, functions and structure of the police and connected matters. 3. Capacity, capability, and integrity of the police and connected matters. 4. Appointment, qualification, functions and duties, removal of Inspector General of Police, Deputy Inspector General of Police, Assistant Inspector General of Police, and of course, Commissioner of Police and related matters. 7. Establishment and function of the Police, Human Rights and Professional Standard Unit, Police Prosecution Department, the Gender, Children, Vulnerable Person Protection Department, and Community Policing Units. 8. Recruitment of constables and professionals, training and connected matters. 9. Promotion, discharge, retirement, and conditions of service of members of the police force. 11. Powers and duties of members of Gambia Police Force. 13. Arms for the police, police use of force, and related matters. In totality, the above parts encompass the justification for the existence of Gambia Police Force, its restructuring, both human and material, budget allocation, powers to enforce the laws and its legality mandated to, expectations for professional service delivery, and accountability to the community members. And last but not the least, rationalization for the use of force to achieve a desired goal within the confines of the rule of law. Today, I present to you the Draft Gambia Police Force Bill 2024 for scrutiny and validation. I humbly invite you to thoroughly critique the document and offer your invaluable insights to make it fit for focus. This bill will be a capstone for policing governance in the new dispensation of democratic rule in the Gambia. We owe it to the current and unborn generations of Gambians to fashion a modern, inclusive, and equitable police bill. When we are retired and enjoy a well-deserved rest while reclining in our hammocks or easy chairs, we want to be able to have easy conversation with our grandchildren about this groundbreaking law. On that note, I have the singular honor and privilege to declare this workshop open. I look forward to an engaging validation workshop, and I equally appreciate your kind attention. Thank you.
I want to thank the Inspector General of Police or the Office of the Inspector General of Police for the trust and confidence that they have in me, for their insistence that I should be part of this process. I also want to thank the DISF for the support that they render to me and my team throughout the process. I also want to thank the technical working group that comprised of about 12 senior officers of various disciplines who were very supportive to me during the process. I just want to highlight few important things here. One, what is the objective of this bill? Secondly, the activities that we have undertaken from the start to date. For the objective, it is to provide for a more efficient and effective police force that will be based on the principles of accountability and transparency, respect and protection of human rights, and to partner with the community and other security services. That's the main objective of the bill. On the accountability, the police force is to be accountable to the laws of the Gambia in all its operations, activities, and actions. They will also be accountable to the people of this country for their service delivery in line with the policing needs of the various communities they serve, and also to the government for the use of government resources and other resources provided for by other partners. On the principle of respect and protection of human rights, a police force that will, in the discharge of its functions and duties, uphold the provision of the Constitution and other laws. A police force that will uphold and protect fundamental rights of every person in the conduct of arrest, detention, charge, and other activities, and in particular the rights of women, children, and other vulnerable persons who from time to time come into contact with them either as a witness or a victim. And to be fair to all persons irrespective of their economic status, sex, religion, ethnic, political, or other affiliation. For their partnership with the community, a police force that will foster and promote mutual relationships with broader society to enhance public safety and security by adopting community partnership and collaborating with other security services or agencies in providing the required assistance or support where necessary. These are the three main objectives of the bill. In order to achieve this, also, there are specific objectives. One of these is to reorganize and reposition the force to uphold and safeguard the fundamental rights of people. Two, provide a service that is more responsive to the needs of the general public. To bring in a positive change in the public perception of the police. Empowering the force and strengthening its capacity and capability in the performance of its function to effectively prevent crime, and also developing professionalism in the force. Now we move on to the activities that is undertaken. For effective review of the current bill and the draft bill of 2018, as I said earlier, I was assisted by the technical working group. And the review process was conducted with a view to identify three things. One, the provision of the current act that are good and necessary to retain. Two, the provisions of the same act that are to some extent good laws but required modification and expansion to include other important matters. Thirdly, the provisions that are obsolete and not reflective of the current realities, and to ensure that they are no more in the act. Having these things in our mind, we consulted a lot of texts. One of it is the Constitution of the Gambia, the Criminal Procedure Code, Children's Act, Women's Act, Tourism Offences Act, Firearm Act, Company Act, Ombudsman Act, Public Service Regulation, Orders and Rules, Financial Instructions, Model Laws from other jurisdictions, International Conventions, and Code of Taxes from other jurisdictions. That leads to the drafting of the first copy. This first draft was presented before members of the police and the ministry, as I alluded, and also presented before the members of the public. And comments were noted and improvements were made in the bill. Then the second phase of the consultation is the consultation meeting. Ministries and departments also were consulted on the 21st of May at the Ministry of Interior Hall. Other ministries and departments who were absent during that meeting were rearranged just for everybody to have a say in the bill on the 29th of May at the police headquarters. Then activity 2 on that consultation is the civil society and others. Civil society group and others were also consulted. The meeting was held in this premises on the 23rd of May, and the second meeting for those who are in absence here is also arranged at GIZ on the 4th and 5th of June. Comments from consultative meetings were looked at and necessary adjustments made. Then the second draft was prepared and internal supervision was conducted on the 6th, 7th, and 8th of August at Nana Conference Hall, and members of the Gambia Police Force were in attendance. Further comments were made and adjustments made. This brings us to this very program today. As IGP suggested, this is an opportunity for members of the public to come up with comments or critique the document, so that at least from this hall, everybody will feel having a say in the bill. On that note, I just want to thank you for your kind attention and wish you good luck.
Viewers, thank you so very much for being with us. And then the main agenda for this press today is to extend privilege to partner with the community for maintaining peace and related matters. I was your reporter, Hafsa Duba, and then a big thanks to my cameraman, Sifo Dabo. Thank you so much.